Any nice occasion, an evening wedding, if you're gonna go to an event, it's beautiful. And you can take his collar and wear that separately and much more casually if you'd like to. I think this black apatite faceted just turned out stunning. All right, now Jay, we're gonna move on to the bracelet and the matching earrings.
Okay, this is, and again, this is one of the very first time that we've combined these two materials. So you've got a faceted black agate, and then you've got that amazing Swiss blue topaz. It's the first time that we've ever combined these two materials. And again, these are very, very limited. This is all part of the designer gallery. It's not that we make oodles and boodles of these. Okay, we make a few hundred at best on any of these designs. And this is something on any of these type designs, they're so limited. We're kind of making for the people that really want that special look, you know, that they want that kind of that gallery look. They want the things that they're not going to see anyplace else. That's where these designs are done. They're just kind of, this is basically how I started and kind of what we've been able to do over the years is I started off making one-of-a-kinds for galleries and fashion boutiques, and now we're able to expand that a little bit, but it's not like we make thousands of these, okay? And this isn't something that's cookie cutter, right? It's not like we have these huge, long lines of people working in factories that are just hammering this stuff together. They're all individual artists.
And they're not cast pieces.
No, and we do, that's one of the things that we're known for. A lot of, the majority of our pieces are constructed from custom sterling silver wire and sheet material. So, you know, it really, I don't know. When I look at something like this, I not only look at the design, but I look at the art of it, and also if you could really kind of see how long it takes for these artists to become proficient at what they do. It's not something that you learn overnight. And one of the things, I think one of the greatest compliments that I get all the time, and it really makes me feel great, is the people that I meet, they just are amazed at the quality of the designs and quality of the work that that our artists do. And that's something that, here again, it's not something that you just decide to get into business and start overnight. Right. It's something that it's learned over years and years.
It's even every step. The ones who, your team members who work with the silver have to be proficient. And then you've got people who can facet stones and cut from that rough. You know, sometimes I wish we could do a whole hour of just showing you behind the scenes of it. That would be something we should think about in the future, you know, because that would be fascinating.
There's also different degrees of what they can do and what they can't do. Right. I mean, you know, like you have just certain people that can do certain things.
You know what a great example is that is? You know when you do your micro inlay? Opal inlay? It's only the women on his staff who can do the micro opal inlay.
Well, there's only, not only that, there's only a dozen of them
who
that
can do
actually
that.
do it. Yeah.
I think, you know, someday we should